now we have NBA players, talking about crypto. I'm sure there are other NBA players, maybe for a while that were obviously, looking into crypto, but now a lot are paying attention, and that just gives us a little bit of a better understanding how far this industry has really come. You can see, NBA star Tristan Thompson confirms NBA players are discussing about, buying crypto, and he mentions XRP as well, which is quite interesting, of course. But we need to also keep in mind, the market is trending. Market is trending right now. We're seeing a lot of people talking about crypto. In a grand scheme of things, people tend to think that retail is not paying attention. They might not be paying attention to the level you would want to expect. But if you think there is no retail interest right now, I hope you guys are looking a little closer. Usually, when the market starts to heat up, you do tend to see some big movers. Bitcoin's hitting all-time high after all-time highs. You do tend to see more eyes coming in from the retail side of things, but retail tends to think a little bit more on the shorter time scale rather than the long-term projection. And of course, we've been talking about that on the channel from day one. But welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP army. Let's take a closer look and see what's happening with the price of XRP going into Monday morning. So you can see it's up 3.3% in USD comparative with the price currently sitting at $2.87. Before we take a look at that, I want you guys to keep in mind that the broader market right now is up, which of course is always nice to see. We're up 1% in Bitcoin comparative valuation 171.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 3.9 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So the gold run is absolutely insane. Gold just made its 38th all-time high of 2025, with gold futures now up 43% year to date. This puts on gold on track for its best year since 1979 as the Fed cuts rates into 3% plus inflation. Gold knows what's coming next. And remember, the correlation with Bitcoin. I think could Bitcoin really be coming next towards the gold all-time highs? I personally think yes. And obviously, there's a lot of analysts out there that are projecting, in the long term. Obviously, we're not talking about overnight or tomorrow or like the next 3 months or the next 12 months. In the long term, there's a lot of predictions that Bitcoin could actually overtake gold. Let me know your personal thoughts on that, of course. But take a look at this crypto fear and greed index. Now cools down from 37 fear to 50 neutral. So, it's sitting neutral. Of course, we know over the course of the last 1 week, we saw a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear coming into the crypto space. One of the biggest liquidations days, for the year of 2025 for crypto. But, the market is, kind of cooling now, which is obviously nice to see. And you can really see that showing on the charts as well. If you're looking at the last few days, market has been performing well. But let's forget about that. Let's talk about some exciting things. We have it. October is historically one of the strongest months for Bitcoin, averaging 22% returns. Will we see another October coming soon? Last year we had a great time, and again, historically speaking, it is a good time for crypto in general. 2018 was red. Obviously, that was a bear market, and 2014 was a red month. But other than that, we saw a lot of excitement, for October pretty much since the beginning. And, October, it's known and it's called October for a reason. Let's see what happens. Obviously, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, we're on the track to, I think, close this September month on a, negative note as well. Actually, it's showing 3.59%. I'm not sure if this is accurate. Let me know if I'm not mistaken. Am I reading this right? But anyways, historically speaking, you could pretty much see September is also, not the best month for, crypto. But let me know. Again, speaking about October, though, SEC deadline for multiple XRP ETF application approaching in October. Some people, I've been talking to a lot of people within the community. Some are saying that, this might actually get delayed because of course, Franklin Templeton XRP, is on November 14th, but that does not mean. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind: a lot of people are, confusing Franklin Templeton and all these other ones that are, deadlining in October. What I don't want you guys to confuse is if they approve this, that doesn't mean they can't approve Franklin Templeton at the October. If they approve it in October, the earliest one is in October 18th for a spot grayscale ETF. So this is the date to be looking out for, October 18th. Reason why I say that is because obviously, they need to make a decision beforehand. If this gets delayed, maybe we push back into November. So October 18th is the day to be watching, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are. And speaking about October, there's currently an 87.7% chance of a 25 BPS rate cut. So again, are we pricing ourselves again for that? Market is again starting to heat up if you're paying attention to it, but obviously we're coming at the monthly candle close soon as well in 2 to 3 days. Obviously that's something we need to, no, not 2 to 3 days, literally in 2 days it's going to happen, so we need to factor that in as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are, but take a look at what Smoke says: public versus private blockchain. Public blockchains makes it easy for projects to connect and grow together and invite everyone to take part. Private chains can end up closed off with a few people in control. Public chains offers a massive uplift in composability, interoperability, and inclusion. They lower the barrier to innovation. Private chains may feel safer, but they risk creating siloed pools of capital and gatekeepers. That's not the right long-term outcome. And of course, this has been documented, and we need to know that Ripple is XRPL is a public blockchain. But moving forward, XRP has gone up to 10 cents over the past 12 hours. This is what it took in volume and net inflows to accomplish that. Not much, guys. Not much. And moving forward, obviously we've discussed that, which is quite interesting. I'm sure some of you are going to get a laugh at that. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. But here we have it once again: TradeFi and crypto coming together. Vanguard, the second largest asset managers, is preparing to let clients access crypto ETFs. Here we have it, guys. Big names coming on board. But let's take a look at what's happening with XRP. So the dominance still sitting at about 58.6%. Not much has changed for that. BTC, on the other hand, you can see 112,100. We did see this bounce. I discussed this in my update over the last few hours for World Liberty Financial. I talked about how Bitcoin has seen a push. Obviously, the confirmation still is at 115K key range, but we'll definitely take this. Obviously, we're not at our confirmation zone yet, so obviously I take a look at it from a confirmation standpoint. Unless we're above it, the chances of us retesting some of these lower time frames still on the table for myself. But XRP has done something very interesting, and I'm sure you guys probably want to know what that is. Let's pull out the XRP chart, and I will show you what I am talking about here. Let me pull XRP chart for you. So here we have it. You can see this for yourself. We are back in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Of course, we retraced below it, went into the 38.2, but you can see, we are making back into the 23.6. Such a key level. You guys know, time and time out, I've discussed how important this level really is, and closing above here, especially the monthly candle, would be very nice to see. But we're on track, track to get back up to the psychological level at $3 right now, back into the 23.6. Keep an eye on Bitcoin, very, very important. But with that being said, let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.